All right, so I've been working in crypto industry for about 3 years now. I've built a couple of products that I'm really proud of, and it dawned on me that a lot of my friends and family have no idea how to use any of it. And so you might say, well, it's too early, it's too complex and that sort of thing. And you might be right, but also you had to learn how to use a bank. You had to learn how to balance a checkbook and to manage finances before. And this is a new way to do that. And it's using cryptography plus currency and finance to create cryptocurrency. And so what that basically just means is it's math and numbers and software that we can trust. And we can trust that the math is going to work and it's not going to break and lose us all of our assets or not perform the way we think it's going to perform. And so I've decided to make these quick little 5-minute videos so that you can just get started and hopefully you'll understand why I think this is so cool and why I've been doing it for 3 years. And so in order to do that, I have to kind of explain what cryptography is a little bit so that you can really understand like how powerful it is, because it's very powerful stuff. It was started to be able to communicate in case of a nuclear attack and in the military, so that we could transfer secret messages that other people couldn't listen to. And so in the example on the page here, we have Alice is trying to send a message to Bob, and Eve, who's listening, we want to make sure that Eve cannot intercept that message. And cryptography is already in your life every day when you use the browser and you connect to web pages, when you send messages in messaging apps. And so there's not much difference here. It's just that we're adding value. We're adding like money to cryptography to create something new and something that's really incredible. So the first part, I'll give you a sort of a breakdown on cryptography and tokenomics and currency and that sort of thing. And then the second half, I'll give you like a practical lesson, something you can do today to start this journey into cryptocurrency and decentralized finance. So let's jump right in. Modular arithmetic. Don't be too frightened. You did this in second grade, I guess it was. This is remainder math. So when we divide 1 by 3, we can't put 3 into 1, so we just have 1 left over. When we divide 4 by 3, we can go in once and we have 1 left over again. And the same for 7, we can go in twice and we have 1 left over. So in order to demonstrate this, I've made this little pie here with 3 slots. So we're dividing by 3 essentially. So if we start at 0 and I go around 1 space, then I have 1. If I go around 2, 3, 4, now I'm at 1. And if I continue 5, 6, 7, we're back at 1 again. But can just by looking at the fact that we landed on 1, you can't necessarily tell me how many times I went around, right? It's very hard to undo and go in the reverse direction and then say with a definitive, answer how many times I actually went around the circle to get to 1. It could have been any number of things. So in this second little section here, this is kind of demonstrating that in order to go backwards from 1 to get back to 0, there's not really any way for you to know. You can certainly guess, but there are infinite combinations each time, right? I could go around 1,000 times, and if I get back at 1, how are you going to guess that I went around 1,001, 1,008? It's just you're never going to be able to do it. And computers can use this trick to perform math in one direction that's very hard to go in the opposite direction. So we'll learn about this a lot more. We don't have much more time in this lesson, so we got to move on to MetaMask. but I just wanted to give you that so you can start thinking about it this week. The ability to have a math function that is very easy to go in one direction, but impossible, basically impossible to go in the reverse direction. So now for the practical part, what you can do today is go to metamask.io. This is a wallet, so you can think of this as like the interface for your bank when you do banking online or you use your credit card. So this is like where you manage your finances. So metamask.io, please don't Google it. Please type this in directly. There are phishing attacks and other scams and that sort of thing that deal with replacing the top Google results with the wrong app, not the right app. Make sure you get the right app. If we type this in, we should see a nice page here. That's not a huge guarantee that this is correct, but we're hoping that the domain that we typed in is correct and that we're doing all these steps right. We'll click download now. It'll take us to this page where we can choose which one we want, which takes us to the Chrome extension store. And we can verify 2 million users. Okay, chrome.google.com. Okay, that looks good. 2 million users, 1,800 reviews. Okay, this is probably the right app. So we'll hit the button to add it. And then it will take us through a couple of questions and just say, I want to set up a new wallet. And then we'll get to this screen. And this is your secret phrase that you want to write down on a Post-it note and put on your desk, okay? Make sure you write this down. Don't skip this over. Write it down, put it on your desk. We'll worry about hardening your security later, but for now, we're only going to be working with a small amount of money, so we're not too concerned. Don't save this in a file on your computer. Don't email it to yourself. Don't send it. Just write it down physically on paper. Stick it on your desk somewhere. We'll come back to it next week, and I'll see you guys then.